about.
Welcome back, everybody, to some more Carthage Esports. Today, League of Legends. Here with my constant co-host, Tony. Tony, how you feeling today?
Feeling very good.
Very good?
Feeling a lot better. I a little bit sick last
Good to hear that. You know what? And that's okay. We missed you dearly. We missed you dearly. Let's just hop right into draft. What do we say? Get that on the street. Hey, run it. Get this up here. Here we go. Where is it? It's supposed to be right here. Come on. There we go. Oh, it's this way. Okay. We got pretty standard bans here going forward. We got something we've seen a lot against the FIrebirds here. The Soraka. Xayah also is another big ban. And then the Syndra, of course. That's one of Blitzkrieg's
very good picks here.
Our tech guy is going wild right now. Gonna see a first pick Maokai to Carthage, something I'd love to see. Super versatile pick. And looks like the response is going to be Ashe. Usually you're going to want to hold that pick a little bit longer. But, wow, just straight up blocking the Graves here.
Interesting. I don't remember the last time we've seen the Graves.
The Graves, yeah, it's definitely good in the meta right now. It's one of the top 3 as far as win rate. But it's something you don't see at this level a ton. It has a lot of it's very feast or famine. It's either you're crushing the game, or if you're behind, it's real bad.
Oh, wow. Cassante.
And we're back. Oh no. Okay. Oh my. So, got a Cassante pick here into the Jax. Fairly standard. I think Jax is
Universally. Oh, thank God.
Hey, there we go.
Jax is universally kind of, it's usually as a counter pick, you pick Jax into the Cassante. With that being said, Cassante has the ability to win that lane fairly easily. Also, just got some decent changes, so we'll see how it plays out. Orianna, fantastic blind pick. Now going into second part of bans. I apologize to everybody for the stream production issues. But it's, you know, we're working with it, and it's working. Bans going to be the Kai'Sa or Rakan. Rakan's something we've seen Pac play a little bit more often, in solo queue in particular. And we're going to see the Blitz plus Kassadin ban. So Kassadin, good matchup to the Orianna, decent in the Maokai as well.
Mm-hmm.
So just a good solid ban there.
Yeah, I'm still so surprised that we're seeing Cassante. You know,
And Graves is also something I don't see, but
yeah, this is very, very interesting. So let's see what Carthage. What are they probably going to pick right next? Is it going to be?
it's going to be top lane or AD carry. It's going to be ADC, I think.
What's your prediction?
Into Ashe, it's kind of tough. I think usually we'd see Jinx here probably.
All the time,
And then I'm
dude.
guessing we're locking Lulu. So, just Jinx Lulu, very good lane. It's kind of hard to counter that as well, just given the bans that we've seen put down here. The Blitzcrank. Milio is another option. I like it much less, especially into this comp. I feel like it's really mediocre, especially Milio blind. It's really difficult. But if you're looking to win lane, or at least get something to put you more even, then it's very good. Also, of course, Milio's ult is able to cleanse, and Ashe's ult and Shattered Crystal Arrow will stun you. So if by any chance Jinx gets hit with that arrow, you can cleanse the stun.
For sure, and that W is going to be really nice for that extra attack range as well.
Okay, and then we see the Nautilus counterpick. This is exactly what you want to see into Milio. Hook champions are so potent to this character, because even if you can cleanse that CC, like the stun, slow root, you can't cleanse a knock-up, and that's something that Nautilus has to offer. And also the pull-in that Nautilus has, another thing that can be tough in lane. So they're definitely looking to win the lane here. I would like to see what they picked in the mid lane. It seems like we have a bit of an issue here. Not on our side. Not on our side this time. On the draft side of things, where we see that blank pick there. So I'd like to see what that is to kind of fully evaluate draft here.
It's a Mr. Champ.
It's a mystery champ.
Mr. Champ.
What do we think it is?
We're not a glass.
So my production just stated Bob the Builder, who, as we know, really solid pick in League of Legends. Okay. In all seriousness, though, there's a couple of different things that do decently into Ori, at least. A lot of assassins can have a decent matchup, but what I really think they're going to look for is some setup for this Graves. This Graves is going to be their win con this game. They want to get the Graves ahead. Maokai, we talked about it before, but Maokai's one real issue in games is levels 1 through 5 extremely weak. So you can absolutely invade him on this Graves. So that's what they're going to be looking to do. They're going to be looking to take away farm from this Maokai, feed this Graves, and try to win probably through bot using these Drakes.
I'll leave it up to you to that. Is it mainly just because with that Maokai without his ultimate, it's just not really the best?
He's not great 1v1 into a lot of characters, and Graves is a champion that's known for the 1v1 potential. The main thing is Maokai can only go in.
Yeah.
You can't really run away. You have a couple of peel tools, so you have the Qs, it knocks people away. The sapling's slow. But other than that, I mean, Graves just has so much damage in these early levels. It's really hard to find any sort of advantageous fight. So Carthage is going to have to be very, very conscious of where this Graves is moving and try to make sure to punish those invades when they happen.
Yeah, I don't want to see Graves walking around.
Do you want me to give you a guess as far as what they picked?
Granada class.
It's not.
Well, which lane did we miss?
Cassio is not what I would have said. So
Oh, wow.
So Cassio is... I'm not a huge fan of it into this comp. I feel like they're a bit too long range, especially with the Ori. I think Ori beats Cassie in lane. Into Jinx, it's not that great. And you actually give Milio more value because you're most likely not going to be getting hit by the Petrifying Gaze by the Cassio ultimate on Milio. And that obviously allows you to cleanse it for your other teammates, which just makes the pick worse. So, once again, kind of confusing, but... it will find value against the Maokai and the Jax if this Maokai decides to go in, or if you're trying to, say, find an option against this Jax on a side lane later in the game. Like, oh, we know Jax is going to split push. We know that Cassiopeia does well into Jax, so we just match those two up and, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll let him have it.
Yeah, I don't think... Well, I only play a lot of ARAM, so I don't usually... I'm not really onto the Rift too much, but Cassiopeia, I just... I don't know. I think it would be really nice for good crowd control, you know, trying to move around. I'm just not the biggest fan of that champ that much.
That's fair.
But it is definitely interesting. I can kind of see how they're trying to formulate this a little bit because they got a good amount of crowd control and a good amount of maneuverability, I'd say. But I don't know too much with damage. I'd say maybe the Graves and Ashe.
So Graves Cassiopeia are going to be your two main carries in these fights. Ashe is what is known as a utility ADC, so usually it's going to be used to set up plays as opposed to Jinx, for example, take them home. So on Ashe, you want to be using your arrow, using your slows in order to give your team a potential to find those plays, which is very good with the Graves in the game because that'll allow the Graves to come bot and then hopefully set up some dives or just set up some good ganks for him, which can get him ahead.
Yeah, the only reason why I say Cassiopeia and not too much damage, just because like I mean, at least in ARAM, everyone just topples onto Cassiopeia, and I can't really do too much about it.
Cassio in regular games is probably one of the highest DPS
champions really?
Just in general. Great at melting frontline, great against a lot of mobility, just because her W actually grounds people, so you can't use your mobility spells if you're in that W.
And doesn't need to buy boots either.
She doesn't get to buy boots, so that's a positive for her, because then she actually invests that gold in another item, which is another reason why she scales so well. The problem is, usually when you're picking Cassio, you want to be playing front to back, which doesn't look like this team really wants to do. It looks like they kind of want to skirmish and play towards kind of these picks or a dive with the Nautilus, the Cassante, and the Graves. So Cassio doesn't get a ton of value without a frontline or without these particular people to CC or use her miasma on in order to, you know, stop the mobility. Which, I mean, once again, the Jax is great, but in lane, it's going to be really tough against this Ori.
For sure. And with that, who do you think won draft real quick?
I would give it to North Dakota Hawks. I apologize. We didn't intro the teams here. North Dakota Hawks, Carthage FIrebirds, of course, as usual. But I would have to give the Hawks a slight edge here. I just think that this, if played correctly, now keep in mind, this is probably a harder draft to play. Graves is a very difficult champion to master and to really squeeze all the potential out of. But if you're playing around it, in particular, then it has a lot of power. It's really strong in the meta, and I can absolutely see it running over this game.
For sure. Great. Well, hopefully FIrebirds, turn it around.
To that, but the FIrebirds have a lot of tools. But we will see that in 1 minute and 40 seconds. We'll be hopping to a quick break for some spectator delay. We'll see you back with some more Carthage League of Legends. Welcome back, everybody, for some more Carthage League of Legends. Hopping into this game, feel a little shaky about draft, but other than that, excited to see, because, I don't know, another little thing to fill you viewers in on here. North Dakota's #1 seed, so this is a real test for the Firebirds here to see where they really stand in this division.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully high. Hopefully good.
Hopefully the best. Yes, indeed. Hopefully the best. This team has certainly been tested and has shown a lot this season. In fact, beating the #2 seed, I believe, last week. So definitely showing that they've earned that #1 spot. And I guess we'll see here exactly why that is.
I'm kind of scared now. I didn't know that.
That's okay.
A little bit spooked.
The Firebirds have been tested, and they've also shown some good League of Legends this season. So I think they have a very solid chance. The draft is at the very least playable. We actually did do some research on the break. Rare for us casters. Usually we're just sitting around doing nothing. But we learned Cassiopeia actually has a very winning matchup into Orianna, apparently. So that changes the draft dynamic quite a bit, I feel like, because having that pushing lane and priority mid lane really helps out the map for this Graves and opens up a lot of options for him.
And that's the last thing that the Firebirds want, is just that crazy travel around it as much as possible.
Yep.
Look at that skin. That's a cool skin.
My goodness.
Cool Ori skin.
Yeah. Dark Star Ori. Big Dark Star Ori.
That's so cool.
Getting a nod from our producers. That's a good sign. Other than that, as always, love talking about the junglers here. I think that Graves will have the faster clear up if that's what they're opting for. I'm hoping to see some variety here of the Graves. Usually on Graves, you kind of want to put the pressure on early. Full clearing is fine, especially if you have a faster full clear, which in this case you do. As you can see, Graves already working his way up to the Wolves on Maokai, making the slow trek over to his Raptors. So this clear is definitely going to be faster for Graves, so he's going to be able to make that move towards topside first and ultimately have the first impact on this Jax versus Casante lane. And it's a very good trade there by Rim the Goat, but now he's going to get that trade back, it seems. And not much happening. Just regular top lane things. Just throwing hands.
Just some tomfoolery.
Just some tomfoolery. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Now we're going to see Graves on the Raptors. See, hey, this will be big because, once again, I talked about it earlier, but Graves without an advantage into Maokai is losing. You need to find some sort of advantage across the map on this Graves, or else it's tough. Because on even gold, this Maokai is just simply going to be more useful than you. He'll have more utility. He's going to have peel. He's going to have the works. He'll have his entire kit is incredible.
Oh.
Maokai is a very, very strong champion. As you can see, there you go. That's the early move that I was talking about. Stealing away, or not stealing away anything, I guess, but putting pressure on the Maokai early is exactly what we need to look for. And now you're going to see Graves looking for this invade.
Yeah, that was kind of mean.
Yep.
Don't steal anything from him.
It was
He's
definitely
just chilling.
It was definitely smart though by the Casante to just walk up and try to work his way towards that camp, just because you know you have the priority. There's not much that Jax can really do against it. Although you do lose a little bit of CS, it ultimately will probably be worth it just because of the pressure that you gain for this Graves in order to put him farther ahead.
For sure, it's something that, how much CS would you say? Just I'd say only 3 or 4 lost pretty much that he had to go down there and do.
What do you mean?
For Casante, walking down there, just put a little bit of pressure.
Lost probably half a wave. So 3, 4, yeah. But he had the wave in a spot where we were slow pushing into him. Now, as you can see, the wave is closer to his turret, which makes him much more vulnerable. As you can see, Graves just opted to go bot lane instead. Just trying to find some sort of advantage in the bot lane. As we said before, a lot of pressure in this bot lane, having the slows, having the hook from HHS Big Tuna. Great name on that Nautilus. But just a lot of kill stuff on the bot lane, and you need to take advantage of that.
Remember the goat just doing a little pokey again.
Yeah, I've been pretty impressed here so far from Elo Dad. Another fantastic name. The trading here has been really nice. He's taken a couple of E's here, but it seems like he knows the trading pattern. You know, you just have to dash forward, use those, oh god, I don't know what the sticks are called.
Tonfos?
Use his Q. Yes, the Tonfos. Oh, see? I love to see this early aggression. I'm not sure if he actually took too much there. I don't think he took anything, actually, but... they're even farm. No, he did take something. So he did end up getting the Raptors. So first camp secured here. Graves over Maokai. Now he's going to be looking towards his top side. So just going to be power farming, getting as much CS and as much of an experience lead as he can in order to convert that into some early to mid-game objectives.
For sure, and also just getting that in the Firebirds' minds a little bit.
Absolutely. Fed Graves is terrifying. So Wow, double crash wave here. Good play here by the Firebirds bot lane so far, just playing it nice and safe, knowing that they have that huge amount of kill pressure from the Ashe and Nautilus, just making sure to play that wave safe, crash it, and find a good reset.
For sure, and looks like Millie will be there just to ward out Dreg. So might be looking to go over there pretty soon.
So just a quick warning. This level 6 is typically when this matchup gets pretty spicy in the top lane. Mid lane also, that's where you're going to find the large amounts of kill pressure here for this Orianna, just because, as we talked about, even though, as we've learned, Ori has a losing matchup into Cassio, once she hits level 6 and she has that command shockwave available, it can set up a number of different things for the jungler to come in and sway that lane.
For sure, yeah. What do you think about top lane, though? Like, hitting a... Oh...
Raven the Goat has to be really careful here. Really good play there by Raven the Goat just to hold that stun. And, of course, Beastfridge now here. Going all out. Raven the Goat has to flash away. Is going to find the first blood, though. Elo Dad playing fantastic on that dive. Might actually get out here or find a kill. He's got all of the tower taking. He gets the level up. He's going to find the outplay. Double kill for Elo Dad. My goodness. That will certainly sway the lane.
Yeah, that's going to hurt a lot. Oh,
wow,
geez.
2v1 in the top lane. Cassante goes all out and wins it.
That's why they call it all out, I guess, for it.
He actually yells it, I think. I think he says, "I'm going all out." I don't know, though. It's funny. Oh, I will not yield. Thank you. Thank you. I will not yield. That's what he shouts. But he didn't yield. He was, I assure you, my boy was not yielding in that top lane. Now just going to be looking towards the bot side. I mean, finding that 2v1 kill is just massive. It puts this lane so far ahead. There's very little that Jax will be able to do now in this lane, especially because you have the plated steel caps. Plated steel caps in particular. Ooh, command shockwave over the wall. OT Gator is in a bit of a weird spot. It's going to find himself rooted, flashing away now. Blitzkrieg flashing over the wall and finding that kill. Very savvy play there by the mid laner of the Firebirds. Hopefully going to secure that dragon for him. As you can see, the slow coming through. They might actually find a way to chase this down. Big tuna on the way, but no. Just going to walk out here. It's still a very smart play there by the mid lane of the Firebirds, by Blitzkrieg, in order to find that pick. And any kill on Degrade is going to slow him down, so that's exactly what we're looking for. Raven the Goat has to be really careful here, though, as Elo Dad has a lot of money on him. So you got to be very cautious in this top lane.
For sure, yeah. I don't think I've seen a Cassante get 2 kills as early as that before, so I'm a little...
Pause. Cassante is really good in those situations. The level up was just
That was unlucky. That was so unlucky.
It was rough. I mean, getting all that HP there was the only reason that he even lived that. So it's hard to call that a truly bad play. Especially, you just have to give credit to their top laner at that point. You can't really think too much on yourself. It seems we're gonna be having some technical difficulties in this game, though. But we're happy to sit here and talk to you. Or we're gonna go for a short break here.
Oh,
or
never
not.
mind.
I lied again. I apologize, viewers.
Uh-oh.
We'll find out. I'll keep chatting for a bit. We'll figure out what we're going to do. I love Beastfridge. His Maokai is so hot. Thoughts on that comment? From RTH8655. Love to see the support for Beastfridge here, but it's a statement.
Yeah, I don't know if I could comment on that.
Counter-Strike is active. HSS Big Tuna is having a tough time, but the Cassante is here. Gonna dodge it all the way to the Q3. Will find that kill there. Raven the Goat is gonna pick one back up for himself. So another very good proactive play by the Firebirds. So despite being down 600 gold, that's nothing in this early game. The only thing you gotta be careful about is this Cassante still with that oh my goodness, still with that 2 kills, still ahead, and still very dangerous.
Oh, most definitely. All I hear in the back of my mind is just the Cassante theme song right now. I got that stuck in my head.
I've never heard of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so cool.
I bet you he had a play when he was doing that, though.
It is
very
so
clean
cool.
Outplay, very clean outplay. Something I would like to see is the Graves going down towards this bot side more. You have a massive amount of kills that we talked about. Ooh, flashing forward, keeping the ass, but will actually find the kill. Great kill there by Massive Dog and Blitzkrieg. I did not think they had the damage, but I guess we see right there. That's why this matchup is bad. This is one of the first lanes, actually, where we've seen Blitzkrieg have this deficit, so I'm going to be very interested to see how he comes back into it.
Oh, I'm not too worried about him too much. I mean, we've seen Blitzkrieg. That
The state advance going to come through, but I'm not sure they're going to have a kill there. He will be rooted. Beastridge is going to end up finding the vision. The Kitty will not be there, though. The knockback. Massive Dog finds himself in a tough spot. Not enough healing. Blitzkrieg picking up his third kill participation in the game. He's been a part of it all.
And did you see that damage, though, that Cassiopeia put out?
Yeah, still, even though she was in a bad spot, it still found, it's still, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It still seems like this is going to be a tough puzzle to solve here for the Firebirds going forward.
Oh, most definitely. But that kill's going to help at least a little bit. Still only about 20 CS down, but I got faith. I got hope.
100%. I wasn't sure, I guess, about that ult by Beastridge, but it turned out perfect. As we said, his Maokai is hot. It's clean. But picking that up is massive. Now, into his bot lane. Next objective, probably going to be looking towards that Rift Herald, especially since Maokai's on the bot side, and with this advantage in the top lane, you have to expect they're going to go towards it. As now you see Elodad looking towards denying a little bit of experience in CS for him in the GOAT. And nothing more happening.
That's so scary up there. I do not like seeing that. It's like if you see Yone, Yasuo, Cassante, I do not like that.
They're definitely tough champions to play against. I feel like they get that bad rap. Or not bad rap, but they have this reputation in the community just because of how easily they can find those 2v1 kills, just like we saw. Their ability to just have a lot of outplay potential, and that naturally feels frustrating to play against when those sorts of plays happen to you.
Oh, most definitely. But it looks like Graze and Cassante going over to get the Rift Herald.
And this is what they're going to need to do going forward in this game. They need to really leverage this lead that Cassante has made for himself. And get this Graves, the Rift Herald, get this Graves more gold in order to take advantage of this pick.
Oh, most definitely. Ping's going out a little bit, just showing where Graves is.
Yep.
Oh,
still. Oh, he could be found here. OT Gator is in a very rough spot. Blitzkrieg is going to be there. A lot of burst damage, but they have good rotations. OT Gator be able to survive. Gets the ultimate off, but nothing more happening. Collateral damage does take enough off of the Orianna to find the kill. Massive Dog now walking down Beastridge, finding a second. Orianna now even scarier than we said before. 3-1, 4 stacks on the Dark Seal. 104 CS at 11 minutes. That's a big snake.
Yeah, I'm a little bit scared about that one. Just a little bit scared about that one.
Wow. Did you see? Because I actually just straight up walking under turn and hit in order to get that Demolish proc. Up now 2,500 gold. Very well played here from North Dakota Hawks so far, showing why they are the 1 seed.
Oh, most definitely. So what do the Firebirds need to focus on now to get their CS up? Or, I mean, to get their gold up and hopefully make everything a little bit more even.
It's been kind of tough. I think you need to really focus these shutdowns, get these kills on the laners that are the most fed. Oh, he goes all out. He will not yield. Another solo kill for Elodad. And an even bigger CS lead now, but what I was going to go back to is it doesn't even feel like their team play has been that bad. With Blitzkrieg, Beastridge connecting on these plays, it seems like they have found these kills on these rotations. They've been catching out the Hawks, catching out OT Gator a couple of times. But it just seems like the micro on this team has been better. They've just been winning their lane matchups. They've been winning the fights that they need to win, and ultimately you can play the map as well as you want, but if you lose these 2v1 situations or these 1v1 situations, you're going to find yourself at a deficit.
For sure. Well, a good thing is that their Graves are still keeping them at a distance. You know,
Absolutely.
There is 2 deaths on them.
Absolutely. The Graves certainly is still behind. That is one thing you can look at and go, okay, well, at the very least, we have Maokai even with Graves. So it's not a horrible situation. Beastridge does have the ultimate available. I think they should go for this. This is a play that they can absolutely win with how behind that this player is here. But now Massive Dog showing on the map Blitzkrieg with the roam back, though. Just picking up 2 pink wards, just exchanging vision here. So at the end of the day, nothing more happening, but now looking to this top lane.
Ooh, let's go, GOAT.
Active evasion there. Just going to be pushing him out, getting a little bit of an extra trade there. And that tower shot did not do as much as I thought. That armor is really showing here for Elodad.
Oh, yeah.
It just seems like he is full control of this lane, now going to proxy. Up 30 CS, this is all you can ask for out of your Cassante.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't think I've ever seen a Cassante this tough before.
No, this is certainly what you come to expect with a player of this caliber. Oh, I just hate to see the missed shockwave there by Blitzkrieg. You can't dwindle on it too much. Dwindle? Dwindle.
Yeah,
Thank
dwindle.
you. Dwindle. You can't dwindle on it too much. Just 'cause, as we say time and time again, this is League of Legends. Mistakes are going to happen. What you do after these mistakes is really how you find kills. And now Raymond the Goat is not where he wants to be. The all-out is available here for Elo that he can absolutely find this kill. Goes unstoppable. Finds the Q3. Finds the ultimate. And now Raymond the Goat does get the ultimate off. Does get the leap strike off. And is able to find a way out of there. So despite finding himself in a tough position, at the very least, Raymond the Goat able to almost find a way out, flashing forward, unstoppable. Elo Dad picks up the second solo kill of the game, and now North Dakota is all over that bot side with Beastfridge showing top lane.
Yeah, I would have just tried to go and not try and fight that one. Walk back a little bit more. Because we saw before the turret shots didn't even phase K'Sante.
No, with how much armor he has stacked up, he is a menace right now. You've got to find some other way into this game. I don't think that you can really match this K'Sante at this point. So, once again, you just have to look towards, okay, at the very least, Maokai's even with Graves. At the very least, we have an Ashe who's not accelerated. We've got a lot of advantages here, or not advantages, but we've got a lot of things that we can look at here as advantages going forward in this game. To where he should be fine, but now Master Dog finds himself in a good position. The ultimate comes down from Pocket away, but that much just, might just be too much damage. Fyro now finding himself in a little bit of a disadvantageous spot. Master Dog picking up the 4th of the game, and they are running over this game. Great map play here by the Hawks.
Oh, most definitely. There's just so much synergy going on right now. So hopefully the Firebirds can find something, but already they're down about 6K gold. This is looking not so good right now.
No, this is not the spot you want to be in. At the very least, though, you can lean back on the fact that you do scale. You still have a Jinx and an Orion in the game, so you still will have that chance back if you can team fight well enough. So that's the nice thing about these comps, about these team fighting comps, is despite the fact that you're down 6K, you will always have that opportunity to come back if the Hawks, if North Dakota pushes a little too far forward, and you can make the split-second decision to find that kill.
I think these chains are perfect
shockwave
for that.
There. Two-man shockwave. Big Tuna and Gator are now going to be caught flashing forward. Is Beastfridge finding the W there, finding the smite. Collateral damage might take him out of range, though. HHS Big Tuna also flashing away, but Fyro now finds the kill with the Super Mega Death Rocket. Going forward is Raymond the Goat, but finding the flash from King Cat.
There's K'Sante.
K'Sante is in, but so is a Twisted Advance. A lot of damage being traded back into Massive Dog. Elo Dad now going in. He has so much damage, kidnapping him over the wall. Blitzkrieg is walking. But Beastfridge certainly is not. Another kill onto this K'Sante. So despite the fact that we thought that it looked like a good play, double teleport coming out from the solo lanes of the North Dakota Hawks is going to save it for him.
I don't think I've ever seen a K'Sante all out like be so good that, what is it, the 3-4 times we've seen it? It's just
made
perfect
very good
placement.
Of that all. Yep. Especially in that play where you find yourself in the middle of 3-4 people. Using that to pick up that priority target. Okay, at the very least, I can kill this guy. Taking him over the wall and finding it. Just smart team fighting there and just showing the kind of mastery he has over this champion, not only in lane, but also in these team fights, where a lot of K'Santes really excel. I feel like that's where you can find good K'Santes to great K'Santes.
For sure. I'm the craziest thing right now, I'm learning a couple of new combos that I kind of want to try out with that. I'm like, oh, geez, that was interesting because he's separating people out of their comfort zone, and it's just... Wow, K'Sante's kind of broken.
K'Sante's incredible. No, that kit is very silly. At the highest level of play, this champion was pick ban for the longest time and can do absolutely ridiculous things like what we saw with that 2v1.
For sure, I could totally see that being a problem.
No, 100%. But looking forward into this game, Jinx got a kill. Massive. That is huge. Jinx being able to accelerate towards that IE faster is going to be a godsend in this game. Any way to get this 80 carry enough gold to do anything to this K'Sante, it's going to be your next closest win condition here in this game.
For sure, but hopefully they can do it quickly and safely at the same time because they are still at a huge deficit.
Still bleeding gold, yeah. Trying to lane against this K'Sante is proving to be a nightmare. It looks like Blitzkrieg actually might just go down. Will the Q3 land? He goes all out.
Wow.
He will not yield, and it's unstoppable. Very good use of it in order to get away from this advance. Super Mega Death Rocket comes through, but it doesn't look like enough damage. OT Gator pushing him maybe a little bit too far forward. Collateral damage, not picking up the kill. Is now they're just going to try to walk it.
That is so interesting. It's something to note with his ultimate is that when he does go all out, you know, he changes in from.
He loses half that health, so it does make you more frail, but you get so much damage and mobility, it just becomes really hard to deal with.
But then he press R again, he gets all that armor back, and we saw that at the end. I think that's ultimately what saved him from the Jinx's ultimate.
I think it has to run out. I don't think you can cancel it.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
You can cancel it?
Yeah.
Oh, my good God.
And get all your armor and your magic resist back.
Oh, this character is goofy. I mean, there's not usually reasons to cancel it, I guess. That's probably why I haven't seen it. But yeah, I mean, 6-0 Cassante with 200 farm at 19 minutes is certainly now what you're looking for out of the game. And they're going to have to find some sort of way to find a kill there. Because as we saw, he was just able to dive Ori for free. Blitzkrieg not really able to do much, despite the fact that you had the Twisted Event, you had the Beast Fridge's ult, and you had the Super Mega Death Rock coming through and actually landing and still not being able to find the kill. The main thing here, I think you're going to have to try to find a way to get Blitzkrieg in on this Cassante and able to find some kills. Now flashing away his Fyro. Sucks to have to use that cooldown right there, but it's worth it in order to save him from that big Nautilus hook.
That's why I don't like Nautilus. Too scary.
Indeed. It looks like they might just be trying to flip the Baron here. Really interesting play. I guess they see that this Graves is bot side, and they're just going to be trading off that third Drake for the Dragon. So they're just going to be really trying to DPS this down. It feels like a little bit of a desperation play here, but if it works, that might actually get them back in it here. Teleport now coming through, though. Massive Dog might be a little challenge. They're trying to find that Smite Steal. Objective bounty is claimed. That's going to be the Baron. But who will survive? Penetrating Divine Gaze comes out. Fyro doing his best, but just not doing enough against Elodad in the backline. Picks up his first. Now just all over Fyro.
Oh, jeez.
That is going to be a clean ace. Baron wiped from the map, but also from every member of the Firebirds. Now, soul point to the side of the Hawks. Very well played and great response.
Oh, jeez. You do not want to see Cassante go at 7-0. And also Cassiopeia. Ugh, I can't speak today.
Equally good play here out of
Yes.
both solo lanes of the Hawks. I mean, it's tough. At this point, you got a couple plays you can make. You got a good shockwave. You got Jinx hitting IE. But past that, it's about just stabilizing and trying to make this loss. Assuming it, of course, once again, we always talk, this isn't necessarily over. But trying to draw this down for as long as possible. So it looks like Elodad might actually be caught out. Shockwave isn't available to Blitzkrieg, though, so Elodad does have a way out. He does have that unstoppable, the Enchanted Crystal Arrow, and all-out landing at the same time, taking down Raymond the Goat. Now, Beast Fridge, in a bit of a tough spot, is able to flash away from that Nautilus. All now just going to be walking it. Nothing much more happening there except a trade of a kill. Raymond the Goat having a bit of a tough one, but it happens. Got to look forward.
Have you noticed all game, there's this weird glitch on the map. There's like, where it's 9,999 true damage getting
So
put
I think
down on it.
that's my guess is that's Cassiopeia's miasma fading away,
Oh, okay.
and that they might have had to assign a damage value to it to get rid of it for some reason. I don't know if that's actually the case, but
that is a smart estimate, though.
whenever the W disappears, that's when you see the true damage. So I just been trying to ignore it because, you know, right, spaghetti code, you know, you can expect these things.
Yeah, it's just like, you know, like how did you see that one where it's like 1 million true damage and it's
Yes, you can get pretty silly in this game for sure.
I'd like that on a champ.
Indeed, yes. But looking forward, there's a couple ways that I see the Firebirds getting back into this one. The first, we know that Cassante is going to run to the side lane. Just stack 5 people on this Cassante and try to find the kill. That's the first one. Second, do the same thing to the Cassiopeia. Whichever side you think the Graves isn't on, stack to that side and try to overload him and find a kill. That'll be the first step. The second step, more numbers advantages. That's really all I can say at this point. You need to find a serious numbers advantage. You're down nearly 10k gold. That is your only chance here.
I agree with you. Personally, I would try and get that Cassiopeia out of the way a little bit more than I would the Cassante, just because it's a little bit easier to do so.
Yes. Definitely will be easier.
But then after that, yeah, you definitely got to get him out of the way.
It's more just about whoever is in a worse position, and I feel like Cassante potentially could be in a headspace where, oh, I'm unkillable. Like, why should I? Like, I can position as far up as I want, and that's something a very kind of rookie mistake that you see out of a lot of top laners, but it still happens even at the highest level where, you know, I'm super ahead. I'm 8-0. I'm 10 CS per minute. I'm just going to go in, and now this is exactly what I'm looking for. Trying to find a numbers advantage in this middle lane. First advance, going to find the Nautilus. That is going to be the first kill going down. Good ulti onto Fire.
Oh, don't spoil it.
Don't spoil it. So look away.
Look away! No, look away! Did he spoil
Kills
it?
are going down. I looked, yeah. I apologize. The viewers looked.
I'm guessing FIrebirds won.
Ugh. That's not what we're seeing here.
Are we back on?
We're back on. Good hook there by Big Tuna. They're just going to look to try and end this game very soon, as unfortunately our viewers did say. We're going to act like it didn't happen, though.
Yeah, what happened?
I think that it's just glitched out, you know.
Yeah.
The Firebirds are winning. That's all you need to worry about. Love to see the interaction from chat there. Sorry, Battle Zero. Tough to see. Hope you're doing well, by the way. But yeah, go Fyro. Yeah. I wish I had more to say about this game here. But really, just if there is one thing to say, just great game here by the Hawks. I mean, taking over from minute 4, it seemed like, with that first successful play, and then that 2v1. I mean, it is tough. It is tough.
Yeah, I just hope that Firebirds can, take some things out of this game, just apply it to the next one. What are the big things that they?
Hey, the game isn't over yet, man.
Oh, sorry. Well, right now, how can they win? What is the big
Kill that
thing
Nautilus.
that they can do?
No, that's not gonna work.
He's the secret MVP of the game.
Find objective bounties, probably is a good start. So finding those outer turrets, if you can. It's kind of tough considering you're so pushed on the map. Now, just make it a smart map play. I love to see this here out of North Dakota Hawks, though. It's been very clean map play. They seem to know exactly how to end this game. I mean, going straight towards that top turret, overloading it right away, sending the Cassiopeia mid, putting that threat on their base, forcing them to reset, and then ultimately taking more turrets and more objectives for him to go down and get taken out. Tough place to find yourself in on the other side of the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. They're just going to be walking in mid here, I think. Looking for that one. Oh, nasty hook on the Fire. He's got no cleanse. He's got no flash. He's out of the way, actually. This could be a fairly competitive fight. I know that we did see the results here, but yeah, not a bad play there. Oh, okay. That's a lot of damage. Good engage there by Beast Fridge. Finding 3 members with that CC, but at the end of the day, just too much damage. They're just hitting them with their wallets at this point. Gonna find the combo. Oh, goes all out. Almost goes down. But they're just going to be pushing through that end here. Gets the Petrifying Gaze. Pak running back into the base. And now we're looking towards Game 2 and how the Firebirds will respond to this dominant showing by North Dakota State. Not North Dakota State, by the North Dakota Hawks. Showing why they're the 1 seed in this first game. That was clean. It was very clean.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'm a Carthage supporter. Obviously, I have to be. But I also like clean League of Legends, and that was a clean game of League of Legends.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, the Hawks knew what they wanted. They knew they synergized very well. Everything had a purpose to what they were doing. I just enjoyed it. That was really fun.
Absolutely, and it's good to see them picking up the members when they're down. Like you saw, Graves did not have a good game. But the rest of the team picked up that slack and moved forward, and that is what great teams do, as we can see. So. Just keep looking towards that Game 2 now. We're going to go to a short break, let the teams discuss, find new draft strategies, and we'll be back with some more Carthage League of Legends.
What'll happen to me when you're done? Plan to start a family with someone. Am I an option or far from? Every time I try to talk about a situation, my words fall on deaf ears with more confusion. You know that I can treat you better, and all of these years I've wasted. You always come running back over and over and over again. We don't have to fight, let's make it right. Baby, tell me now before I run. What about us? What about us? What about us? What about us?
Everybody to some more Carthage League of Legends. Heading right into draft here. Show me draft screen. Somebody get that up here. Get us the draft. We're working on it. We'll get it for you. Pick some bands though. I can start you with some bands. I can get you on that. First bands here for UND. Soraka, Zaya. Why bother changing? You had such a good first game. Now the Fiora is going to be the pickup. That's probably the expected counter pick here after that Jax didn't go so well. And also going to see a Kasate ban in return. Of course, I mean, just running over the game. Can't blame those bans. Just seems very solid.
Yeah, most definitely.
Carthage also picking red side here, so another slight difference. They're going to be able to see more picks, hopefully get some counter picks on their hands in order to find some advantages. Interested to see what UND prioritizes here.
Yeah, most definitely. What's going to be first?
Maokai. Maokai Zinja, maybe. Ziggs.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. So this is a two-way flex. You can play this mid or ADC. So that's usually what you want on your first pick is some kind of ambiguity. You want the opponent to really not know what they're picking against. And there's a lot of options as far as picks against the Ziggs and through mid and through bot. But if they can just ultimately swap it around, it's a moot point. So what you have to do is you got to make sure that your picks are together. No matter what you choose first, you have to make sure that it will connect well and that it's going to be a playable lane no matter where the Ziggs goes.
For sure.
So you're kind of giving up counterpick on one side in order to find a big advantage on the other. As I you see the Syndra locked here. Definitely a more aggressive mid lane, trying to find those picks set up for this Maokai. Once again, I would really prefer to see a stronger AD jungler in this early game paired with the Syndra just to see some kind of kill setup, some real kill setup here. So with some damage, because Maokai, as we saw before, kind of low damage, which Syndra has damage of her own, certainly, especially at 6. And now we're going to see the Kassadin pick hovered and locked with that double AP mid jungle. Very potent pick.
Yeah, it's the first time we're seeing Kassadin so far this year. So very interesting. Any thoughts?
Good against Magic. So has a good matchup into a lot of the mages that you see, especially like burst mages, has a decent matchup into Ori. That's why they banned it last game. And it's tough when you have double AP mid jungle, because that magic resistance, the bonus magic resistance that Kassadin has just naturally in his kit, is going to matter twice as much here now. And I guess on the other side, though, if you're looking to play more aggressive on Carthage's side, Kassadin is a very welcome pick to see, just because he has to play so passive levels 1 through 5. He's only really unlocked at level 6. Something I would also like to see a little bit more is a counter pick here for him in the GOAT, but it seems like they're just really wanting to slam that Aatrox, find that blind pick, and hopefully find some bans as well to kind of take options away from Elo Dad in the top lane.
For sure. It's interesting. We haven't seen Aatrox too much from him in the GOAT, so
He hasn't gotten to pick it, honestly. So
yeah.
It's a very interesting pick here to see now. It's a decent blind pick. Not a ton of things do great against it. Jax is certainly one that I want to ban away. Jax, Gwen, both good picks into it, and both carry tops that can kind of snowball out of control like we saw last game. I expect Jax a little bit more, so what I would do is I would ban the Jax here, or just Jax another AD counter pick. Really, it doesn't matter. But just because of how much AP you see on the side of North Dakota, the Gwen is less of an issue.
Yeah, let's see it.
Who's going to be, drumroll please, 3 seconds,
Oh, Camille.
ban, also good into Aatrox. I mean, Aatrox just has a lot of picks that are good into him, unfortunately. And it sucks because I feel like you kind of are forced to ban this Blitzcrank with how many enchanters Pac is prone to play, just because of how strong Blitzcrank is into these enchanters. So a little bit of draft constriction here on the side of Carthage, less options that we will see now as the Caitlyn is now picked up into the Ziggs here. That could be a very potent pick, and it's an exciting change up to see.
Yeah, I definitely an arcane reference, I say.
Gosh, okay.
I had to put it in, dude.
Oh my goodness. Okay. My only kind of issue with this is at these higher levels of play, Caitlyn has one real partner, and that is Lux. You don't really see Caitlyn with a lot of other stuff. You've seen it with Thresh in the past. It's kind of less good now. You've seen it with Rel more recently at Worlds is the one that I've seen. Deft picking it up on DWG or D+, I guess. But you kind of know what you're going to get. North Dakota knows they're going to be picking against most likely Lux here. So they're going to have, even though it seems like they're holding up counterpick here, it's kind of fake. They have a lot of options here, including that Nautilus, in order to find really anything that they would want.
So what makes that Caitlyn Lux a really good synergized team?
So the first off, it's an extremely impressive lane. Both of them just have such high range and such kind of free damage within their kit that you're able to push off a lot of these champions out of their lane and ultimately take more turret platings and take turret. That's the goal of this Caitlyn Lux bot lane, is in order to find turrets. You're trying to get gold from the map using that. Now the Seraphine locked. I'm not sure that's much better than the Lux for Nautilus. But I guess if you're going for counter engage, Seraphine is probably better. And it's kind of the same philosophy. You're equally pushing lane. You still have that free damage, and the ultimate, arguably better for team fighting even. So, fine pick here by the Firebirds, and it's something that we've seen Pac pull out of her bag several times. As now we see, it's Galahad, the bearded man, with the Seraphine hype.
Yeah. It's Galahad gets hyped up for Sarah Queen. I get hyped up for Renata Glass.
And can you blame him, really?
Oh, definitely not. No, it's going to be really awesome because having that Maokai ult and also the Seraphine ult, both of them will work super well. So hopefully we can see some good opportunities for both of them to use it.
Absolutely, and that gives ample opportunities to Raven the Goat and to Fyro as far as finding more damage here. Out of these carry picks. So it's a different look that we've seen from the Firebirds a lot of time. More aggressive bot lane. But it'll be interesting to see if this draft adaptation is going to do enough for them. Something we didn't talk about here is this Renekton counterpick on the Aatrox. Renekton is really, really good.
He spins a little bit.
He does. He does. He calls the meek. That's what it's called. And he slices and dices also, actually.
Oh, yeah.
It's a very good pick.
Kind of spooky.
It's very spooky. I mean, the Xinjiao Renekton 2v2 is pretty disgusting. I think Aatrox Maokai will have a lot of issues with this. Yes, Battle Zero, it is the current patch. But once again, very interested to see how they utilize this Caitlyn and how they're going to funnel gold into her. because even though Caitlyn does scale, her mid-game spike is somewhat weak, actually. She really wants to get to the 3rd and 4th items in order to do that big damage that you expect out of Caitlyn. So you need to find an early advantage here in the bot lane. You cannot pray that, like Graves did last game, just hope that the team picks it up.
Yeah.
It's nice when it happens, and once again, I said it, it's a sign of a great team, because it is. Because not every team is going to have a perfect 5 lanes. In fact, it very rarely happens. The best teams in the world very rarely have 5 perfectly playing players on the same game. But the things that make these teams so good is that, sure, one player has a bad game, another player on the team has a great game. So you really need to see, no matter what happens, picking up each other's slack, making good team plays, playing for bot lane, and looking to take turrets and push that advantage over into a winning position for the Firebirds.
For sure. And with that, real quick, who do you think won draft?
Don't ask me that, man.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking.
I think that the issue is Ziggs into this lane. I talked about how dominant that this Caitlyn pick is in the bot lane. Ziggs has a lot of ways to slow you down. It is a very safe pick. So if the Ziggs oversteps, great. You are in such a good position. But because of how dynamic this draft is by the Firebirds, it's just slightly harder to play because of the Aatrox, because of the Caitlyn. I'm going to have to give the draft edge over to the Hawks once again, just because it is easier to play. You still have very good scaling with the Kassadin. The Ziggs is going to have he's going to have a fine game. And of course, they got the Nautilus. Crucially, they still got the Nautilus to kind of roam around and make plays across the map. So a slight draft edge to the Hawks. But absolutely, if this Firebirds... Oh my God. If this Firebirds plan goes through, it should be a very good game. But we will see that in 2 minutes. Going to be a quick little spectator delay break. We'll be back with some more Carthage League of Legends. Welcome back, everybody, to some more Carthage League of Legends. Hopping in a draft here. Oh my goodness. Sorry guys, I'm in a drafting mood, I guess. I need to Need to do some drafts when I get home.
Should we do a
You know,
fantasy draft
that's
right
what
now?
A fantasy draft? What?
Of League.
We
Just
can-
for fun.
We speak later. We speak later. Something that my lovely producer here has told us that we failed to mention in draft is anything about Xin Zhao. And you gotta know, I've got a lot to say about this Xin Zhao character. Love this guy. Great pick. Whoa.
Whoa.
Okay. All right. So we see the true damage bug is still there with things that bounce on the ground.
Wait, did it show the bomb or just the true damage numbers?
It showed the true damage numbers on the places that the bomb bounced.
I didn't even see the bomb. I just put on my glasses too, so I might have been.
Ah! The gift of sight.
Yeah,
How does it feel?
Feels good, you know. Still a bit colorblind, but you know, this is what it is.
Indeed. Looking towards this game, you're going to play towards the top side here. If you are NDU, you want to get the Renekton ahead. Shocker, right? Early game. The Croc? The big brown Croc? You want to get him ahead?
Mm-hmm. No.
That's
No.
wrong. No, you want to get him ahead.
No.
Okay.
Shurimans don't need to.
That's, wow. That's got to be.
They don't.
I
They
can't
don't
say.
need to get ahead.
Why?
They're already gods.
That's actually true. That's
You know?
gods. You know, like the world's anthem?
Yeah.
That was. Did you
like
like
that.
my perfect rendition there?
I liked it.
Thank you.
Do it again.
Getting back into the game though. Xin Zhao, good early game champion, good mid game, fantastic at tanking. With that ultimate, just kind of connects the dots here for NDU, I think. Just kind of has good ganking. Once again, decent front line, good peel. So it has what you're looking for. The only problem is you don't really need to peel anything here, and you're frontlining for a single Ziggs. So that's the advantage, though, is if they ultimately do try for whatever reason to specifically pick off the Ziggs, then this Xin Zhao is going to be very potent at that job. And also, oh my goodness, what a good push by Yellowdead here. Also is going to find a lot of good advantages against Beast Fridge early, most likely on this Maokai, just because Xin Zhao will beat Maokai in these early fights. So look for this Xin Zhao to be playing aggressive, and look for Maokai to be hopefully going back towards bot here at some point and helping to find a kill for Fire and Pak.
For sure, yeah. I do not like facing any Xin Zhao jugglers. I always get hit, and then I die. Oh, whoa.
That's a lot of true damage there. A lot of poke being done to Fire here. Oh, good hook there.
Oh,
Might
no.
actually be able to find the solo kill flashing forward. First blood onto Big Tuna.
Yeah, you don't want to see that.
Double root there by Pak 808 to find some damage back. Oh, now going into Zelo Day. He's going to find a nice little trade here. Calling the meat. Q3 misses there. A lot of good plays across the map, but yeah,
That's
not
true
exactly
damage.
what you're looking for the Firebirds with that first blood. Big CS advantage here going the way of Ziggs as well. And that's kind of what we slightly touched on is Ziggs is very safe and can hit you from very far away. So
Oh, yeah.
you got a lot going for you there.
I will say the only somewhat of a positive.
Good
It did
gank
go
angle here.
Malice. Oh,
Good angle here. Oh, Beast Fridge finds himself in a great position. A lot of damage straight onto Raymond the Goat, but it might not matter. You have the W. You can go in on him. He shouldn't have anything else, but he's just going to get away. I really feel like Beast Fridge needed to invest that flash, make Elo Dad lose something in this top lane, just because of what a disadvantageous position Raymond the Goat is in here. He's got another stacking wave. Xin Zhao's on this top side, and you got to be careful about this dive now, as that is something that Renekton is certainly known for.
Almost definitely. I get so distracted with that, with the true damage going out.
It is kind of tough. That bug
I'm
is
so
it's something.
scared.
Yeah.
Because I think someone already has Collector,
That's
and
a
I'm
lot
like,
of damage. He still has that
oh.
second E available, just eating out. That is a low Raymond the Goat. Elo might actually just go for this here. Flashing forward, finding the Cold Meek.
Oh.
And that is a whole wave that you're losing now as Raymond the Goat. And another wave picked up for Elo Dad. So just another solo kill here for the top laner of NDU. That has been a dominant performance thus far.
Yeah, this is. Hopefully it's not going to be like the Cassante game, having a 7-0 Cassante, but we'll hope.
Indeed,
It's
we
gonna
will
be
hope.
it's gonna be especially tough because you said that Maokai is gonna want to try and stay towards bot a lot. So Raymond
Now
going.
he has to.
Yeah.
It's, especially with that advantage being lost there for Raymond the Goat, or any advantage, I guess, being lost there. The Infernal Chains are missing.
Oh.
Huge trade there for Renekton. Just really fantastic lane play here by NDU. And now the hook lands onto Fyro. Thankfully, able to use the 90 caliber net to get away. A couple autos traded back, but man, this This team has fantastic laning. That is the one thing that I can say about them.
Oh,
Now, Dominus pop. This might be another solo kill. The Infernal Chains will land. Cold Meek will miss. So thankfully, Raymond Dakota will find his way out of this one. But still, so much pressure here being put on by the side lanes of the Hawks.
Yeah, usually at 5 minutes I don't have this much anxiety, but this is a very anxious game.
That's another stacking wave on a Raymond Dakota. The Q3 misses. Is this another dive opportunity? Slice and dice. Is it going to happen?
Go.
Big misplay there by Elodad, actually. Oh, my goodness. Got me coughing. And he's going to find a decent way back into this game with that wave.
Yeah, Infernal Chains really clutching up there for Raymond Dakota. Oh, dear.
Into Lightning is going to miss there. Blitzkrieg looking for more. Does find the stun. Does find the flash root. Beast Fridge playing very aggressively there. The ultimate comes out. Is actually going to find it, but it looks like with the flash forward, it's going to go right back now. Beast Fridge got to be very careful. The Void Walk. Going to find a Massive Dog out of harm's way. Ultimately, I think good trade there for NDU. Able to pick up that kill for the Kassadin in this early game will be huge going forward.
Oh, for sure, especially even before 6-2.
Kill there, the Massive Dog. Finding himself in a bit of a precarious situation. Going to be taken down. A little bit of greed there by the mid laner of NDU.
I like that word, precarious.
Precarious. I just gotta whip out the thesaurus for these games.
Yeah,
just find new words.
That's awesome.
Wouldn't hurt, you know? Would not hurt one bit. Because now we're gonna see a lot of tower damage for the Ziggs. See, on the other end too, this is something I should have talked about a little bit more. They kind of have similar goals, Caitlyn and Ziggs. They both want to take these turrets, it's just they do it in much different ways. Usually Ziggs does it by letting his support roam, find those advantages across the map, and then at some point, the other support will have to respond, and they'll have to take a reset. And when they do that, you're going to find some tower damage, you're going to find some platings. So you have the aggressive side of the matchup, which Fire was playing, and then you have the more kind of reactive or safe side of the matchup as King Cavalwall. HHS Big Tuna in a bad spot, hooking away. The root is going to be found there by Fire, but he doesn't have 6. He's not going to be able to find an ult or any extra damage.
If that Seraphini would have hit, that would have been a really nice kill.
Just well played there by the support of NDU. Elotad going all the way forward, trying to find some sort of kill here. Or not kill, I apologize, but good trade, I guess I should say. He stacked a lot of waves. He's found himself a decent advantage, but that trade kill back that Raymond the Goat found with those Infernal Chains, with that pull under the turret, has been really huge for his laning, and it's kind of put him back in the game here.
For sure. You can play a little bit more aggressively, don't have to play as safe. It's still keeping in the back of my... Oh, here comes...
Good root.
The shrimp.
But yeah, at this point of the game, it's going to be really hard for any sort of kill opportunity for Blitzkrieg, just because of how much MR and how much kind of effective HP, which means like how much HP you have after healing. Just how much HP you'll actually have to get through. Good hook, good rift walk, good bomb there. Blitzkrieg's in trouble. Ignite ticking down. The twisted advance is good, but will that root matter? Massive Dog still has 1 or 2 more available to him, and it looks like he's just going to be able to get away.
Nice.
So despite no flash, Blitzkrieg not going down there is a nice little consolation for him. Dominus is going to be active. The Godslayer is going to pop also. Too much healing on both sides. What an interesting sustained matchup.
Oh, most definitely. So basically, you want to try and get Grooves wins as quickly as possible, I'd say.
I'm usually on that. What is it? Do you remember what Aatrox's ult is called? I'm usually so on this.
Is it World Ender?
World Ender.
That's
Thank
it.
you. That's what I was trying to think of, but good one. Good one.
I was thinking, what do me and Ray always quote in the room?
This is really impressive here by King Caterwall. He's holding the lane 1v2 here. So much damage on a Fyro. He's actually just pushing both of them off at the same time. Might actually find a kill here on the Pak. The root misses. He's got one more flashing forward. Finding the kill. Might actually find 2 there. As now, on the other end of things, big roams will yield big rewards and a kill for Fire on the other end. At least he trades 1 back.
Oh yeah, just run away from their Beast Fridge. That's a pretty scary spot.
It is. The big brown croc finding another. Using that priority, getting the 20 CS lead, getting the 3rd plate of the game. He finds himself back in a commanding lead, and another kill going the way of Kassadin is certainly what you're looking for also in this stage of the game.
For sure, the Void and the Shuriman is, they're getting a little bit scary.
They are.
I don't like that.
They are indeed. And this scaling is something we talked about, and just the pure potency of the engage from NDU. And as we saw now, this Ziggs is extremely hard to deal with. They can't even win the 2v1, it feels like. So they're going to have to try and find an answer here for this bot side. Beast Fridge has to make some sort of play to save the bot lane of the Firebirds here against this assault that Ziggs is putting on, the clinic here.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, good root.
Even
I don't
with
think they'll have the damage. It's just not enough. The Rift Walk gives them too much safety. As now you see Elodad going back to scrapping in that top lane, trying to find some more advantages. As really good movement here from King Caterwall, dodging a lot of spells here that the Firebirds are throwing at him.
Yeah, look at how much damage that Caterwall is doing in the pot lane. It's just, it's craziness.
It's Ziggs has been a very underrated pick here for a while. Wow, popping the dominance again. The World Ender is going to be traded in response. The Infernal Chains will bring him back a little bit closer for him. The Q1 hits, the Q2 hits. Will the Q3 land? Flashing forward, does miss. Elodad on the other end of that, trading flash for flash.
Be
and
careful,
now
Goat.
OT Gator just going to be dropping this Rift Herald top lane. Really wish that the Renekton was here for this, though. It's kind of surprising that he's backing so far up. You want to find those advantages more, but now you see this is exactly what we needed. Big Tuna finding himself in a kind of tough position. The Twisted Advance will come through, finding a kill there for Fire. Will leave it to King Caterwall. Does get rooted. This could be massive. Does get pushed back. 90 caliber net backwards. We'll put Firewall closer to the kill. The root will land. The damage comes through, and unfortunately, Beast Fridge does get it, but a kill is a kill. That's another one for the Firebirds.
For sure. Raymond Dakota is going to be taken out upstairs by Cassidy. Sorry, I couldn't think of what it was called.
I was like, what did you say? That's okay, though. Elodad, though, despite being out of that one play, is going to find another nice
let's see it
here. Blitzkrieg picking up a kill. Way overextended. Just really wanted to find that turret and getting punished for it. Great awareness there by Blitzkrieg.
That's why Blitzkrieg is one of the best Syndras of all time.
All time?
All time. At least in my book.
He's a goat.
No, there's only one goat.
Who's that?
It's that Aatrox right there.
Oh, Raymond
See?
the goat?
Raymond
oh my
the
god,
goat.
you're so right. What am I saying? What am I doing here, man? I'm being so silly. Back to the game, though.
Nah, be more silly, bro.
Next objective that's going to be coming up is this Drake. Going to be spawning in the next 2 minutes, I believe. That's going to be a big one. Because you see on the one end, Ziggs has the Mythic, and Pyro just has the Storm Razor here building towards it. So usually what you'll see, or a lot of the time, I guess I should say, what you'll see out of Caitlyn's is you're going to see Gale Force. It gives you a lot of mobility that you otherwise wouldn't have, and a lot of ways to find kills that you otherwise wouldn't have. But it looks like here he's just playing for that late game scaling build. He's going to be building the Storm Razor into hopefully the Infinity Edge and looking to outscale them late. OT Gator is going to be picked up, and he's just going to be able to walk away. Not enough damage going to be found there.
Yeah, going back to what you were saying, yeah, that Gale Force really does help close the gap as
well.
well.
Exhaust is onto King Caterwall. Tanking that stun. They might actually find something here. Trying to find the 1v1. It's not going to work out too well, but Firebirds just not close enough. He might actually find a kill, and especially with how many people they have down here, the Firebirds have to be really careful. Elo down the other end of it is going to eat a couple of Qs, and there it is. The dive coming through from North Dakota. Will they get more? Blitzkrieg is on the way. You do get the charm out from Pac, but this guy is so tanky. He takes no damage from Yellow Rift Rock forward. He wants more, but he has to ultimately flash away. Massive Dog, knowing those lines pretty well, does have to expend the flash, which isn't ideal, but at the end of the day, you're just putting so much pressure on. You can't complain.
Oh, you definitely can, and with that, the cold lead is just getting ever so... Oh, I can't think of English right now. Everfrost?
Everfrost.
Even Shroud.
Even Shroud. This game is not Even Shroud. I'll tell you that much. This game is behind Shroud for the Firebirds. They need to find it back. That was so bad. That was so rough.
I gotta go back to English class.
I'll be better. I apologize. Ready to go. After those couple of soul kills, though, holding up in the side lane. Pretty good plays here from Raymond the Goat, despite losing out on that early game. Like getting soul kills sometimes. Wow, they're just ulting in. The depth, I don't remember the ultimate's called. Rooted is Big Tuna. Will they find themselves a catch? No. Pushed away, and now the root onto Massive Dog. Will they be able to find this guy? Another flash to be expended. Now Caitlyn is online, walking forward, hunting for more. Will get the headshot. Will get the stun. Will get the Q. W forward. The big Gore Drinker, though, from OT Gator is going to save him. As the Firebirds make a good play to find themselves in a decent position here. Kills on the Caitlyn are kills towards victory.
Oh, most definitely, yeah. We definitely need that Caitlyn a little bit more fed.
Oh, yeah.
What would you say? Did you say 3 items and
3
then
items.
she's... Okay.
3 items is the number that we're going to be looking for. So Lord Dominic's regards, hopefully. Well, we're going to be looking for Storm Razor. We're going to be looking for Infinity Edge +1. That's what we want out of this Caitlyn here in order to really find that big damage that you need out of the ADC. And let's interject. ADCs versus mages in the bot lane. Mages have a much easier lane. Their spells push the wave easier. They have good burst. Their mid-game spikes are typically better. But ADCs, once they find those item spikes, will ultimately do more damage, more consistent damage. So this is a way back in that you can look forward to in this game, is this Caitlyn is going to ultimately have more DPS and thus more total damage than the Ziggs in these team fights. Just needs those items.
I like that. I like that little... Oh!
Depth charge. Depth charge for null assault. We're going to get a check on that. I will use it correctly going forward.
I don't like how much pressure that Kassadin is giving up, even from one level below.
Yeah, I mean, they just got... They've taken every objective here. They've found plays all across the map. The FIrebirds need a footing back into this game. Their team fighting will be that. The Infernal Chains on Elo Dead is going to be cutting back the hook onto Fyro. That's not who you want hooked. Gore Drinker plus Cold Beak will be too much healing for this. Dominus is still active. He's trying to slice his way out, but no, we're aiming the goat. The World Ender is going down. Rift walking forward. His Massive Dog, he wants more. Beast Fridge is in danger. He's still got one or more where those came from. But now they're just going to be walking away. Blitzkrieg really wants this one. Another kill. Triple now for Massive Dog. Will take the tower shot. Pac picking up one of her own here. Blitzkrieg looking to push it back, but OT Gator walking away, dissuading more further action here. But ultimately, positive trade here for the FIrebirds. Any extra gold is good gold.
Oh yeah, for sure. But still, we are at a little bit.
Is the name of the ultimate, by the way.
Oh, which one?
Charge. Depth charge on Nautilus. That's the ultimate.
Depth charge.
Depth charge.
Depth.
It's not that complicated. Man.
Depth charge.
Yes. Yes, as in depth. As in like.
Yeah.
I'm doing hand motions and charge, like boom. You know.
Depth charge.
You got it, guy. There we go. We're making our way through. We do need to go to that English class, I guess, man. In other news, Kassadin has hit level 11.
I don't like that.
No, this is a big spike for Kassadin. This is where he gets really, really scary. Everybody talks about the level 16 spike when it comes to Kassadin. You get a lot of ultimates, and it costs way less. But level 11 is really where you start seeing to leverage it, because you may look at Kassadin as a late-game character, but truly, his hardest spike is in this mid-game. So look for this Kassadin to start making these big, big plays in these team fights, as that level 11 spike is huge. As you can see now, Blitzkrieg essentially getting one shot. Depth Charge is going to be coming out. Massive Dog taking down his 9th kill of the game. And they're going to be looking towards this 3rd dragon here. Soul point for North Dakota Hawks.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I don't either.
That's scary.
That's pretty scary.
That's very scary.
I'm not a huge fan. Not a huge fan at all.
Oh, that is really scary.
It is. It is indeed.
That's all I gotta say about that.
It is indeed, but you still have that ticking time bomb of the Caitlyn. You still have some carry options out of this Aatrox. The game's far from over. It is a best of 3. Battle 0. Best of 3.
Oh, I thought that was...
Ooh, they've kind of neglected this pot lane here, actually. They're going to take another turret here.
Red team's turret
Kind of
has been destroyed.
Uncharacteristically unclean macro here from the FIrebirds. We've seen them all season. It's something that I've talked about, how well they've been covering waves and finding these advantages across the map. But this game, it just feels like the Hawks, the NDU has found something, a weakness in the armor of the FIrebirds that they're really exploiting here in these roams.
They're just putting so much pressure throughout the entire map and just diversifying all their assets where they can. It's just really, really well.
Just like diversifying their assets?
You know, I can't do league terms. I can do business terms. I can do business terms.
But they are. I mean, ultimately, that is what they're doing. They're diversifying that. They're putting a little bit of gold everywhere. You know what they say? At 25, you have to have 5 sources of income. And man, they have all 5. Turrets, objectives, kills, CS, friendship. All 5.
You can make income off of friends?
If you're, like, psychopathic enough, I guess. Like, if you're mean enough, you can make money off your friends. Oh, no.
No.
Okay, the Firebirds, this is exactly what you need to from behind, though. They're overloading one side lane. They're going to find that objective bounty. Any extra gold is huge here. This is a big step forward because they actually haven't found a single tower in this series. This will be the first one. So any extra gold anywhere, getting them towards a playable state of the game.
Yeah, they're still going to be down about 4.5k, though, so hopefully... Oh.
Still not ideal, but it's not horrible either. Mastodon is kind of caught out here. Does find the stun. They might actually be able to find it. Kill it's coming through. Does not quite find it. Ram the Goat's going to be going over the wall, but God Slayer is active. The World Ender is popped, but he's running back over the wall. Can't find it. And now Elodad putting even more pressure here with that demolish in the side lane. Blitzkrieg, good recall there, just to kind of cut our losses. There's a business term, cutting our losses. As unfortunately, with that pressure, we're not going to get spoiled. We're not going to get spoiled with that pressure. We're looking away. We can't see it. Don't look.
We're back.
We're back. Get us to the game. Let's see it. Oh, Elodad with the dominant pop. He's going to find a one-shot onto Fyro. Another close one onto Pak. 2 kills here for the Hawks. Right before that Baron play is exactly what you need. Mastodon coming over the wall. Just so much damage from this Caston, and he riff walks forward and riff walks to a hopeful Baron take. As now Blitzkrieg finds himself in a good position to flash forward. Will find the kill, but now Xin Zhao picking up one for his own. Picking up 2, double kill and Baron secured. You've got the Dragon Soul coming. I apologize for the switch again. But looking forward, Hawks are just going to be trying to close this one out.
Yeah, that just stinks. Seeing, look at that, 11-3.
It does. Cassidy really... it was a great Cassidy pick, once again.
Oh, yeah.
Anytime you have double AP, it's great for Cassidy. I mean, just so much MR. The magic resistance that you get from not only your base kit, but you get a magic shield also. So just so many different ways to kind of deal with that. And now we actually see also Moonstone Renewer picked up for Pak. Just so much dive coming out of the Hawks here that you need that enchanter item in order to kind of keep Fyro alive, who's still looking for this second item spike at 20 minutes here. So hopefully we can get there. That's our one way back into the game, as if we get that Caitlyn to a good, healthy spot, Rainbow the Goat's going to use that World Ender. Stun misses. Elodad finding himself with fancy feet. A lot of sustain. They've got some people coming towards him here. The bomb comes through. Elodad blows up Blitzkrieg. Finds a second in the fridge.
Oh, jeez.
Just going shopping here at this point. King Caterwall now picking up one of his own, but this is going to be a clean ace. Fyro is also going to go down here. Nope, actually going to get away with that 90 caliber net, but I'm not sure that'll be enough. They have a wave here. They have the Baron buff, and they're going to look to end the game on this push.
I think that is a really cool bomb, seeing the true damage go out like that.
It is, but tough game for the Firebirds ultimately. But you gotta look forward. This team is good. This team is the #1 seed, and they are the #1 seed for a reason. They have taken control of the map at every turn, and they have found those advantages. Oh my goodness, will they actually be able to end through all of this damage still? Yes, they will. Once again, GG's to North Dakota Hawks, giving the Firebirds their first loss of the season, but nothing to be too upset about. This is the #1 seed. You know what your competition is going in, and you know what your competition is next time you face them as well. Now you have a better idea of what this team looks like, and you have things to work on. You know there's some weakness here in this draft, in this play style, that has been exploited or by NDU. It's the proof's in the pudding here. The roaming style, the finding of picks, and winning through top, it just worked for him. So looking towards how to mitigate those losses in the top lane if you find yourself at a disadvantage, and winning through bot, I think, is a strategy going forward that the Firebirds really need to work at.
For sure. Yeah, I think the best positive thing to come out of this, though, is that we can take this and learn from the best team. You know, is that this I've learned so much today that of like new combos and new things to do, especially with Cassante, because that was just amazing.
It was a great Cassante game,
And just their ability to use synergy and pressure, like it was really, really well done and just so great to see. So I think it's a great learning opportunity for us. It's a good time for us to reflect. So overall, it was a really, really
It was a
fun
good
game.
series to see. 2 clean games. I mean, that is what a good, aggressive team looks like, and that's what we'll look for going forward. And as we said before, it's still early in the season. We still got plenty of games left to play. This is a good learning experience here. We just got to look forward and find ways to move past this and improve.
For sure. Couldn't have said it better myself.
On that note, Overwatch tomorrow, Thursday. Check our socials. We're on Instagram. That's where I look at everything. That's how I find out when I'm coming in, is I look on Instagram. That's what you should do too.
I just asked my roommate.
Continue to support. Raymond Dakota is great. Continue to support us on all of our socials. Look for our other games. Once again, Overwatch playing tomorrow. So keep that in mind. And we'll see you next week for some more Carthage League of Legends. Tune in Wednesday at 7. And we'll see you. Have a good one.